Okay, so this is what happened. Brian's phase, he moved his guys forward, them, and he positioned his flyer over there. He's a paladin who has a ring of fireballs. I forget what it's called. He ended up trying to cast. He succeeded, but I dispelled, and
it's good too because I rolled a 6.
yeah. And then his fancy little wizard chick over here decided to shoot an amber bolt of bestial goodness to de-spell.
It's like a big bolt thrower bolt type of thing.
Yeah, and it got one of my war bosses in combat, and it just so happened to randomly hit my guy and do 2 wounds that I could not save on. No armor saves were allowed in the spell, so that was lovely. Now my guys are all free, but are hurting pretty bad. So now I get to cross this gap here, no man's land, and get sniped in a very honorable Bretonian way. Sarcasm.
Yes. No, that's why Bretonians play.
Yeah, they're not, against ranged combat at all. I mean,
these Bretonians studied with the high elves, and so they decided to use magic.
Yeah, that's...
And then try to take you out when they have to.
Oh, it's very fitting.
They're Crusaders.
There you go. Crusaders have to do what they have to do, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's less than honorable.
Well, knights weren't honorable in history, so...
This is true. Alright. Okay, so what happened, we had
Cheese Whiz, the wizard over there?
No, all noble Bretonians, when faced with a engagement that may entail, glory and battle honors, they withdraw and let the women fight for them.
No,
and the fancy little guy over here.
He tried to fight too.
Yeah, he did.
He backed up over there and shot.
Yes, and he's just sitting back and shooting from range. Very honorable for a Bretonian.
They were trained by high elves. They were allied with them in a battle, in a crusade once, and they learned this high elf tactic of using magic, and then moving the combat when it's advantageous. Oddballs tactics. Yes, it is.
It's not cheesy at all. Alright, so...
Well, to be fair though, those are orcs. My guys are just paladins. And you have weapons that can, shred them like tin cans, like can openers.
We got one weapon that's actually pretty good for that, and it so happens it's the guy that hasn't taken any wounds.
Yes.
But I have to cross this gap of death. So what may very well happen is a stalemate, or I'll just concede, because I'm going to die if I go across here. Though it would be entertaining to see miscast. So I might just go ahead and just move on forward.
Go for it.
I also have this guy back here hiding, moving around. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Well, here is the end results. 2 knights standing tall, if you can really say that, after them backing up and in fear and whatever he said about high elf schooling.
Well, they went in the Crusades with the elves, and they went up into the Northland, the North regions, in a crusade against chaos, and so they learned how to use sit back and cast magic.
And learn, yeah.
From Techlets, yes.
Yeah,
And then you just wait till the enemy gets close, and then you
and learn how to be un-Bretonian.
Yes.
Unbecoming as a Bretonian.
But yeah, you killed my Pegasus. You killed both my magic guys that had magic. So you got paybacks, and I think you would have. Your guy totally was kicking some butt with the axe and stuff. I think that if it wasn't for those trolls popping on you, you would have.
This guy right here.
Yeah, I think if it wasn't for those trolls, you would have totally slaughtered me with your lords. So, but that's
focus.
That's why I didn't want to go and engage you directly.
Yep, this guy.
You guys had some tough, mean guys.
Yep. Well, I think it was a moral victory for me. I ended up getting both of the ranged people. I was very pleased with that.
Well, and you actually got the 2 trolls, which were somewhat of your objective, but then you fought the Wrath.
Yeah. Yep. Overall, it was.
I'd say it's probably a draw, but
that probably worked out. I wonder what. I mean, if that didn't happen and they were placed over here, and they were somewhere out of the way, it would have been definitely maybe not as much in your favor, of course. But I mean, as you said, 3 war bosses are kind of a rough thing to balance.
yeah,
And so.
because they whittled them down a little bit, and then I shot some magic at you to try to weaken you so that I could.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would say probably would have been technically kind of a draw, but if we would have all the rules set from the get-go.
Yeah, we just kind of jumped into this, and then we got to the magic portion of it, and we're both very not familiar with the rules.
8th edition.
And we're like, oh, what do we do here? Well, in 6th edition, you did this, and that's about when I played a lot of fantasy.
And mixing Mordheim with it a little bit.
Yeah.
Although we forgot to use we were going to try to use the Mordheim when your guy falls down.
Yeah, we were, and I thought about that when I think we took the first casualty, and I just said, yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting kind of. Well, we're playing late at night, so it's
Yes.
daylight's already coming. I mean, you can probably see daylight out there now, but
Yep.
actually, if we're playing in the daytime, you have the light in here for the video.
Yeah. Well.
It's kind of cool playing on this table, though.
Yeah, this is I just got this set from Poland after waiting 2 months, and really kind of shopping on online, trying to figure out, if I should go with Miniature Building Authority or Grand Manor or a few other building types, and ended up going with this. I discovered this Polish terrain maker on eBay and was inquiring if he could make some of these types of houses. I believe these are like a mold that you can buy from is it Micro Arts or some I ran across it before.
Or something like that, maybe.
Yeah, they could be that. Yeah, and then you have to, of course, buy like a dental molding, porcelain stuff, and then you can make this kind of stuff. But I didn't really want to go to that much effort and deal with that much of a learning curve, and it to me was, for the price I paid for it, was well worth it. So not too bad. I'm kind of hoping to do City Siege stuff with this, and with our future battle reports, should be pretty pleasing to the eye. And next week should have better lighting. I apologize, and then Brian should have his camera, I hope, back.
What we discussed on doing is doing our scenarios and stuff ahead of time, which probably a lot of people do. But since we don't get to see each other during the week, great, using Skype or our phones, do our die rolls and video like on a scenario or something, figure out what scenarios we're gonna do, and ahead of time, so that like show up. In the past, we'd show up 2,000 point battle or whatever, and could be a standard mission type thing all the time rolling on that. Well, if we can set it up ahead of time, doing whatever die rolls we need, or setting up the train ahead of time, where we both can kind of look at it with using Skype or a video camera. Yeah, let's move that building over here because you don't know where everyone's going to come in. Really, then we can
kind of maximize our time and
maximize the time.
And it gives people to kind of think about it. Give them something to look forward to, I guess, in that week, and which I think would be a lot of fun, and maybe give people a chance to write up a story, which is kind of what we're talking about. Why their force is there, and it'd be even more interesting, I guess, with campaigns too. If we gave that 1 week ahead of time, say here's going to be the scenario next week, and
plus it changes.
Build more immersion.
Like you have a battle force or something like of all drop pods or land raiders or whatever.
Right.
It's like, oh, maybe he's going to play that fort. Wait, you have a scenario set up. Maybe it's a spearhead, or I don't know. There's so many different things you could do that maybe you don't have any heavy support choices, or you don't have drop pods available because you're not playing standard missions.
Right. You're kind of bottlenecked into playing a certain way that is kind of fun at times, but with how infrequent we used to play, to be pigeon-toed into something, it's not very much fun to. So, but we might go back and forth with doing it that way, just to.
Sky's the limit in it, like you can play 40k and make rules and make 40k with Mordheim rules and stuff, kind of mix them and match them like with it just depends if you remember the rules, all the rules.
Yeah, which I'm still trying to find 8th edition, 6th edition 40k fantasy rule book myself. I've just been getting by with the scribed material, and I've been kind of cheap. But I spent all the money on this, and
like in this one, this game here, not playing 8th edition, and just I don't know all the rules yet with it, but just seeing how the flyer rules. Remember back in edition we had high sky and different levels of where your unit was
different stratas to kind of play on. Yeah,
and the movement was a lot different, and they changed. They streamlined a lot of stuff too. It looks like. Yeah,
the high skies thing was kind of fun. It was like a little mini game on the side of the battle, and kind of was a separate encounter altogether. Yeah, I wouldn't mind actually playing around with that and house rule it and whatever, but that's far off in the future.
Probably adapt the 40k flyer rules.
Yeah. We get a nice little mat here, like a sky looking, bird's eye perspective. And get some of the, the flyers to kind of sit on. I don't know, it's an idea. If you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Yep, well.
Vector strikes with dragons.
Yeah. Are you talking about the Chaos flyer?
Well, yeah, they have the Helldrake and he does vector strikes.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like flies and attacks things as he goes over.
Yeah, I don't know too much about the current flyer rules. I know there's.
I haven't played it yet, but I think that's what they call vector striking. Yeah,
that'd be a lot of fun. Well, that's it. Next week we'll probably be doing stuff on the Citadel Realm of Battle. Either doing 40k or fantasy. We have yet to really decide. So we'll see you next week.
Well, the armies we have available for doing some of these battles too is Eldar, Chaos, Black Legion, Space Wolves, Blood Angels, 40k. I don't remember if I have anything else. I think that's it. And you have Ultramarines.
Yeah, I got my big Orky army. I guess you can't really see that. Let me adjust the exposure. I can't do it while it's taping. Well, I assure you there's an army in this darkness.
Oh yeah, fantasy. He has the orcs there. He said, and I have orcs as well, so we can have some fun. Squabble fights.
Yep.
Undead, vampire counts, chaos warriors, high elves, techless high elf army.
Yep.
You talk about cheese, huh?
Yes, that'll be interesting.
Some Bretonians, and then you have an Empire army you're working on.
Yeah, I'm trying to work on a Marienburg themed Empire army.
I have 1,000 points of those are really generic, but I can throw them in there too.
Yeah. Well, alrighty. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right.
Time for bed.
I hear that. All right. We'll see you next week.